as I take a drink. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Swoon Sisters. We have our special guest, Sarah.
Hello.
Sarah, introduce yourself.
Ooh, introduce myself. Okay, hi, I'm Sarah from the channel Sarah's Shelves, and I read a little bit of everything. And so, I just wanted to have some swoon in my life this time around. So we're here.
Yay!
We love to see it. The countdown. I'm trying to share it. Okay, hold on.
Go ahead. Was this your first time reading it, or was it a reread, or had you read it previously?
I had never read this book before.
Okay. This is my first time reading it, too. I read it today.
Nice.
Yeah, I read everything last minute.
That's how it is.
Have you even started it yet? And I was like, yes, I started it the other day. And then I finished it like later that night.
Oh, someone has to do the description of the book. They always do that in book club live shows. Sarah, go.
Heck no.
They always make the guests do it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure last time I did it, Nicole.
You did. You did do
So
it.
it's your turn.
So it's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I just forgot their names. Hi, Bailey.
What are their names? I don't know any character names. Okay, hold on.
The main character's name is Summer, and then the love interest is Fitz, aka Fitzgerald, aka Colin Fitzgerald, but they call him Fitz.
See, you have no future.
It's a hockey romance, I guess.
Oh yeah, we did choose this for best friend's brother, but it was really just like
friends,
brother's friend,
right? Like they weren't best friends; they were just friends. But it was still, I think it still counted. I think there was a lot of tropes in this book, honestly.
That's what I noticed. I was like, dang.
It was like a sports romance, and it was also just like a lot of other things.
Yeah,
Fitzy. Yeah, I love when they called him Fitzy.
do your description.
Okay, so we have this book, Summer. She was kicked out of her sorority because the other girl, I can't even remember her name, was like jealous of her. And so she has nowhere to live. And so her brother actually sets her up to live with his old hockey teammates. And turns out that her and Fitz have been just dancing around each other for a while. The tension is, there. He's more of an introvert. She's definitely an extrovert, life of the party. And that's kind of what clashes with, at least on Fitz's side at first, because he's definitely does not want to be in the limelight. So,
yeah.
I do.
Okay. What did everybody rate it?
Hi, Christine.
I rated it 5 out of 5.
Hi, Danielle. I rated it 4.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
Not spoilers. Let's just put that up. Not spoiler.
I was like 3.5, 3.75, and then I was like, you know what? Just give it a 4. I mean,
you really don't do half stars
with it. I know I don't, but in my head, like I'll always just know what it actually is.
Just know slightly that it's like, okay, it's not as great as this one 4-star that I had, but it's not as bad as like a 3-star.
Yeah, like there was nothing that was just take off a like 1.5 or 2 stars,
I literally adored this book so much. Like it's like one of my favorites. Like I had the best time. Like I was living my actual life. I was like, yes, like I was living.
It was a lot of fun, like reading their character, but I think it was about 50 or 60 of the way through the book % that Fitz still wouldn't open his mouth and talk to her about stuff. I'm just like, I'm literally going to rip out my eyeballs. Like, stop.
That's the only thing that I didn't like was that I think that it like they could have cut back a little bit on like the whole like angsty like should we not like I feel like it was a little bit long and they could have cut some of that out. But I was still living my best life. I was still like, okay, like we're here, we're okay. So
we got a 3.5 here. Hi, Misty. And Misty's giving it a 4. Danielle said 5. She had her on page 1.
Yeah, I didn't start loving it until about 60% in, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I had a great time. Like, it was funny. Like, their banter. I was laughing out loud, like, a lot of, like, points in this book. But it was that whole miscommunication trope, like, him refusing to even talk about it at first. There's a lot of points where I was just like, if I had a physical copy of this book and not reading on my phone, I would have thrown it at the wall. Like I would.
Like the first chapter, honestly, like Summer, like low-key pissed me off. But then, like after that, she was like all this ADHD stuff, and I was like, me. Like, so then I was like, okay, I love this.
I thought that you would connect with her because of that.
Yeah, like I was like,
yeah.
even though I don't have a learning disability from it, like I'm really good at school still, but like a lot of the other stuff, I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is me.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, okay, wait, no, that's not spoiling, but like there's one part in the book where I was like, that would have been me too. Okay.
So as I'm fit, so this whole thing worked for me. That's true. Like if you're kind of like that, if you don't like putting your emotions like in the front, and you know you're kind of like an introvert, not really wanting to be the center of attention, like this could totally resonate with you. And I'm sorry, my husband is doing some work out front. If you can hear it.
I loved Fitz. Fitz was like what I like in a character. I was like, not like the hockey player that like has like a deeper side to him, and he likes to like drawing and stuff. And like, I was like, okay.
He definitely had so many sides. Like he wasn't just like block. He was like the artsy, and then he also he was almost like not necessarily grunge, but he had like all the tattoos, and then he was like
the tattoos too, the tattoos and the hockey and the artsy. I was like, oh my god.
Didn't they say he had longer hair too? Like a little bit longer?
I don't remember that.
But then
I was like picturing it in my head, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
And then also the smut in here was good. I was like, okay.
But it didn't happen to like 60% in.
But still, I feel like throughout the book they had a lot of sexual tension, and like in their heads they were dirty, okay, in their heads. And I was like, okay, because I don't think a lot of books do that. Like I feel like they like just wait and then they're smut and like that's it. But like I feel like it was like nice and gradual, because like in their heads they were thinking about it.
They both were like
they really were.
You went to each perspective. It was like, oh yeah, like I feel things.
Oh, I highlighted so much in this book. I had like 200 something highlights. Because it just made me laugh, and like all the sexual parts, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Books didn't make me laugh out loud, but this one really, I was laughing all the time.
There were so many where I was like highlighting specific quotes, and I just had like the crying laughing emoji like in the notes. Like that's it. Okay, Danielle is saying that I did drag for Fitz too. Yeah, once he was on board, once he said he was like, "You're my girlfriend," and then that was it. The lack of communication really, but unfortunately this falls into the hated miscommunication trope, where it was just like everything would be solved if the characters just open their mouths and talk. Third ever sports romance, and the other two in the same series. Okay,
nice.
And this was
I feel like it was really realistic to how college students are. Yeah, I mean, not that I am one yet, but I feel like it's accurate.
So close.
And it did the miscommunication. I don't like it, but I feel like it made sense. Like I feel like Fitz has just been like, F everybody. Everybody is trash. My parents trash. I'm not talking to nobody. And so I feel like it made sense to me. Like, especially with like, at first I was like, what in the world is he doing? But then with all like the parent stuff that got revealed, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like, I feel like that's valid.
As soon as he like revealed like his trauma with his parents, I was like, okay, yep.
I feel like parents impact, like, not just like besides like raising, like I feel like things that your parents do unknowingly like really impact people forever. There are definitely things my parents have done that impacted me like forever.
Hi, Molly.
Jinx. The flirting was done top tier, okay?
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. That's what gets me in a book, is like if their banter and their chemistry is like palpable, you can just feel it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is so good. Yeah. I like this book a lot. Okay.
It was good.
You're just smiling from ear to ear, like
because this book, okay, one, I had a good day. Okay, and two, I had a good day.
Now we're just talking about romance, and you're like, I'm here for it.
And then two, this book was just fire. It just slapped. It was bussin', okay?
Yeah.
It was just good. It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time.
Yeah. I feel the same way. It's like it was a good time. You know, the tension was, you know, probably I could have dealt with a little less back and forth. Like, but that's just my
Me too, but like I still loved it. Oh my gosh, yes. Molly, you saw what Molly read?
No, I didn't see. I was
She read
reading
Desperate Measures.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
I was like, I did not expect this.
And I was like, now go on and read every single thing she's ever written.
Molly started the second one.
Ooh, yay!
Ooh.
That was a good one. I think the third one.
What are they? Like, do you remember?
Desperate Measures, Learn My Lesson.
No, but like, which couple pairings are they?
Oh, okay. So the first one is Jasmine and Jafar. The second one is Megara, Hades, and Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes.
Did not expect that. Did not expect 3 names to come up.
3, yes. The third one is Hook and Tinkerbell. And then
that's the one I've heard a lot of good things about.
Fourth one is Beast, Belle, and Gaston.
Oh no. No.
They don't say those names. His name is Dayton. And
like Jafar though, like I get it. Like Jafar's like a little like okay, but like Gaston, like I literally want to like stab him. Like I really don't like him.
You'll like him in this book.
Like there are villains that I like, and there are villains that I definitely don't like. Like Captain Hook, like I understand, okay, especially that Captain Hook in Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time, Colin O'Donoghue. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. I just rewatch like certain scenes, you know.
Well, I think Molly might like the next book, like the book that we're reading next month.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Because we haven't read it, but like it kind of gives me like, because it has like the strip club, you know, so like I feel like Molly would like it because it gives me, it kind of gives me like it's gonna kind of be like different tropes, but like the same kind of tone as Desperate Measures, but like not as smutty.
Right, definitely not as smutty. And then the last one, the fifth one is I think it's like Ariel, Eric, and the Sea Witch. So
the Sea Witch.
Oh,
that's even the title of the fifth book is the Sea Witch, and then the fifth one or the sixth one, Queen Takes Rose, is Aurora. It's another throuple.
Oh.
So it's Sleeping the evil queen, and
do you have to read them in order, or can you just?
There's no overarching plots, but every other couple is mentioned in the book. I mean, if you just know they get together and don't really mind it, that's fine.
The book for next month is called Voyeur by Fiona Cole.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Oh my gosh, Molly, you should join our live show.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
Wow, had it up and ready.
Yeah.
We like our banners in this book club.
Yeah. So I was saying I like the other relationships were great too. Summer, I loved Brianna. I loved her so much. She was so funny.
Like that relationship reminds me of like my best friend and me. And so I was like, yes.
Yes, the second one is there's a lot of threesomes in this series. I was initially planning on giving it 3 stars. Oh, the last half was definitely stronger than the first half. Not Gaston.
The eyebrow raise. I love that.
Ursula, yes.
Okay, but we're gonna have to talk about it because the time zones. So we might have to change it. We'll update on the Twitter and the Instagram because Molly is like 8 hours ahead of you.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But we could change it to a weekend.
We could, yeah, absolutely.
Freaking that! I swear to God. Sorry.
That's okay.
Can we talk about spoilers?
Yes. There you go. Spoiler time. Let's do it.
Spoiler time. Spoiler time.
So excited for Voyeur. Oh, it's 1 a.m. right now. Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
We'll have to do a special edition weekend
edition.
Twin Sisters, yeah.
Okay.
Twin Sister Saturday.
Ooh.
At the same time, I gotta go.
We love alliteration.
I know. We love alliteration.
Okay, for the spoilers, I was gonna say that the scene where like Summer beats that girl's ass in the bar, I was like, me. I was like, that would be me. Because literally I start stuff all the time. Like literally I was just eating in the car today and I was like, oh my gosh, like should I flip that person off just for like fun? Like who thinks like that? Me.
Just for fun. Felt bad for Hunter.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I feel bad for him. But I understand. Like I understand like being in the hoe life and then like being like, oh, then you have to like drop the hose and like it just be like that sometimes, you know?
Night,
But
Molly.
you catch feelings for one of the hoes, and then you're like,
exactly. I understand. Me.
Yeah,
Like-
it was kind of like, I mean, way to leave it to the last minute to, you know, realize like you're on a date with this guy and be like, you know, I really actually don't want to be here. But she wasn't getting any concrete information from Fitz. So I'm like, okay, like.
oh my God. And then when he freaking walked in when he was inside her, and then he's like, oh, how long did you guys wait like till I dropped her off at home before you guys like.
It was approximately 10 minutes. Like he should have just been on.
Oh my gosh, these Mentos, they fire. Okay.
Not me saying inside her when somebody walked into your room.
I know. I was like, oh no. But yeah, I agree. But I feel like she did it. She kind of did him dirty, but like also like she did just leave. Like it would have been worse if she stayed on the date. I think. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like it definitely hurt that she was like, oh, I don't want to be here right at the beginning. But, like, if she waited, I feel like that's also worse. Like, at least she was honest. Yeah. But she should have gone on the date in the first place.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have even made out with him on New Year's, like, knowing that, whatever.
But the thing is, on New Year's, she literally talked to Fitz once, like, that night. She didn't know nothing. She didn't know what was going to come.
Yeah, I didn't feel any kind of way like when like she made out with Hunter like at the New Year's. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, you try to shoot your shot with Fitz, it didn't happen, so moving on. But when they were well on their way to, you know, being in a relationship, and then also Fitz, she's literally getting ready for the date, and Fitz is like, she's like 5 seconds away from walking out the door, and he's like, don't go. And I was like, way to leave it to the last second. Like, come on.
He was like, don't go. And then she was like, okay, why not? And then he was just like, Jesus.
I was like, why?
I'm going. Like, you're not going to say anything, so I'll just pick my plan B. So, like, in that way, I felt bad for Hunter, because, like, obviously that's not who she actually wanted.
But then I understand her indecision of like, I should be with someone who wants to be with me.
Yeah.
But then, like, I understand where she was coming from because me and Summer are one and the same, except I don't like the same clothes she likes. And I would never join a sorority.
That like crunch when you put them in.
I would never join a sorority.
That was very aggressive.
Yeah, Missy, I agree. He said he had dibs on her, like very territorial, but you know, she was kind of like, yeah, I'll go out with you, and actually did go out on said date. So there was a precedence set. And Bailey's not kidding, walked in on twice. Seriously,
literally twice. Oh my god, when the brother
was so funny.
I would have died.
And he freaking just kicked him in the balls. And then he was like on the ground, right? And he was like, oh, like, I don't know how a girl can do it, but like Summer somehow made me laugh while I was on the floor in pain. And I was like, that's so cute.
Yeah. He was like literally just on the floor, and they're just like going at it like back and forth, like he's not even on the floor, like in pain.
Literally, listen, we don't care about him.
The whole book, though, both Fitz and Summer are stringing him along. A little bit.
But I think Hunter has his own book, so he good. He Gucci.
Yeah, he's fine. He'll get over it.
He literally said, I'll get over it on the ice, no? Did he not say that? He said, I'll get over it, bro.
I'll get over it. Neither of them were being, that's true. Neither of them were being completely honest. That's for sure.
Well, and then there was kind of like, I don't want to say it's a twist, but then so you know that like Summer and Hunter them both having ER names is really throwing me off. But Summer and Hunter, when they like made out, and then later on you're like, why would she do that? And then it's like, oh, I overheard him like saying that stuff about me, and that's why I did it. So it was more of like revenge and like not gonna give him the time of day. I'm gonna do it with somebody else.
To be fair, I'm sorry, these is really good. To be fair, right? I feel like Summer is a little bit more in the wrong than Fitz, just because Fitz even said like they weren't like homies like that. Like,
right.
They were roommates. Like, they weren't that close.
Yeah. They weren't closer friends like him and a couple of the teammates were.
Yeah, like I feel like they were like those type of friends that would like never hang out by themselves. You know those friends? I feel like those kinds of friends, which I feel like is different. Like that don't matter to them. Like, you know. But like Summer did Hunter dirty, but like I understand.
I understand too.
I'd be like that.
This Summer wanting to be with someone who wants her is very valid. That's true. Like, but you have to be with the person too, and not just kind of like Daijah, what you're saying, like the plan B kind of thing, where
that was Sarah, but yeah.
Oh, Sarah. I was like, this guy, my bad. Just kind of like falling back on this other guy because he was available and showed interest, because the one guy that you do want is not talking at all. So,
because like if she would have stated the things she liked about Hunter or like whatever, then it'd be like, okay, well then that's valid that you would go with him because he's open and honest and he has all these qualities that you like. But literally the only thing she said was that like she made out with him on New Year's and like he was willing to take her on a date.
But I feel like
not the freezing.
Connect with those attention whores. So like any that you can get, you're like, yeah, like, oh, okay. So I feel like that's what was going on, where she was like, Fitz is annoying me right now. Like, let me go to Hunter. Like, I understand. Like,
if someone's
we're not saying it's good. We're not saying it's good, but we understand.
I'm not saying it's good, but like I'm the same. So like I can't talk shit.
Yeah. If someone's not giving you the attention that you want and you feel like, okay, I'm just going to go over here to this person who is giving me attention.
Yeah, because you'd be bored. What else are you supposed to do? I'm just saying. What else are you supposed to do? Just be bored? No, we don't do that here. Especially with the ADHD. I get it. ADHD definitely plays a part in like relationships and like romantic interest, because you can get bored of people so quick. In and out. Like, boop, done. Like, they're like like, this is a good analogy. When I was a kid, right, I'd get a new toy, and I'd play with the toy for, like, an hour, and then I'd be like, okay, whatever, like, I don't want this. So, like, that's how it kind of be with romantic partners sometimes. You'd be like, oop, like, toy, oop, like, bye.
Not even being a toy!
like you play with
it and then throw away.
That's nice. For, like, a couple days, and then you're like, never mind, like, I'm not really into it anymore. But, like,
never
like
let any of your like significant others watch this live. Jeez.
I'm gonna tell them.
I get bored with you real quick. I'm just gonna throw you to the side.
I'm just saying, you got to be real interesting.
Like, you saw how Summer knew. She knew that she liked Fitz. Like, she knew she was in deep, okay? But, like, with other ones, it's kind of like for, like, you don't necessarily know, but, like, for, like, that time, like, you really are in it. Like, you hyper fixate on it. But then you were like, like, after a couple of days, you're like, just kidding. Like, I
just pressing Y. No, totally get it.
Just be like,
It's wanting out of the relationship after getting needed in the ball. He's like, I'm done. And like, no, you're mine now.
Yeah, literally.
You can't back out now.
He was like, I'm not having your kids.
Like, not kids.
We're not having kids together. That's what he said. He said no.
So did Brianna sleep with Hollis or not? Still confused on that. I don't know if they went all the way, but I know that there was some heavy.
Oh my God, can we talk about the professor?
Oh, no, he was a professor.
What was his name Lori? Was his name Lori?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, what a sleazeball.
Both him and the assistant dean, like, basically Summer was saying how, like, I'm feeling uncomfortable with this professor. And then the assistant dean guy, I don't even know what his name is. I totally forgot.
Yeah, I don't know that name.
He was just like, really, with you throwing accusations, like, we can file a report now if that's what you want to do. Are you serious about this? Like, totally making her second guess herself and like, no, I don't. I'm like, that's so rude. And then he was all like, oh, I feel bad at the end, like, what you were actually saying is true.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, that means a lot to me now. Thanks.
But I actually really liked it in the sense that, like, it's really accurate to how colleges are. Like, colleges will do anything they can to cover shit up. Like, especially about sports players and professors. They'd be like, nah. Like, they literally tell people, like, they'll be like, okay, we believe you, but, like, don't make a police report. Like, they'd be pulling stuff like that. So, like,
incentives for the person to keep quiet.
So, like, that's why I felt like it was kind of accurate. Honestly, it would have been more accurate if the assistant dean or whatever, it would have been more accurate if he was, like, at the end, he would have been like, okay, but, like, don't say nothing.
Right.
Yeah. It would have been more accurate.
And not fake English dean. Like, she was so sure, like, his accent was fake. So sure.
For real.
So funny.
Kicked.
Literally.
Yep.
Nah, they need it worse than that.
Well, yeah.
Acid.
No, but, like, I don't even know. So the girl Nora that was giving Summer, like, a hard time or whatever for, you know, because they went, like, Nora and Fitz went on, like, one date or whatever, like, whenever. So that was the reason she hated Summer and was just so mean to her. And then Summer came through when she needed her the most, when she was literally in a situation with Lori that she did not want to be in.
Exactly. And she kind of said that, like, in the bar, like, that would, like, her stance would be, you know, like, she was saying, like, when that girl was calling them both, like, sluts, and she was like, do you realize how far back, like, you're setting us? Like, we're supposed to be, like, lifting each other up and, like, being there for each other, and actually placing blame on the person who actually did the wrong, not the women. And so she kind of, like, followed through on that, where she was like, yeah, I don't like you. You're not really my friend, but you were literally almost raped, something I would not wish on my worst enemy. So she really followed through on her beliefs, and that made me just, you know, respect Summer even more.
Yeah. I'm honest. I would have kicked that girl's ass in the bar too.
Yes.
I would have. I literally would.
I like how, you know, when the boyfriend was like, she was asking for it, Fitz was right there. And it's like, what did your filthy rapist mouth say?
Yeah, but Fitz kind of pissed me off because when in the parking lot, he was like, why you doing that? And I was like, fuck you.
I know.
He was really pissing me off because I was like, you didn't have to step in. That was your own prerogative. You could have solved the situation and legit left. You could have left. That's not her fault.
His feelings, and he wanted to protect her. And she got to the heart of the matter. She was like, what are you really mad about? What are you really mad about? And he was like, I was scared that you were going to get hurt. I'm like, thanks. That's really all you had to say.
Then just say that.
Exactly.
Fitz needs to go to therapy.
I think one thing that irritated me a tiny bit was all the Summer was so beautiful and gorgeous and all these things.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. Yeah. That is 100% fair.
Oh my gosh. That is the secondhand humiliation I felt. I'm like, and even though he scrolled like really fast past that title page, you can like, there was even a couple of students that saw that her name was on the paper. I was like, that's so inappropriate. And I feel like he could have gotten fired for that.
I mean, even teachers that do that to show you what not to do and what to do, they don't use the students from that same year. Like, they'll use students from years past, maybe.
That's what he said. That's what he said. But he didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was like, well, this is from, like, my, like, whatever, like, a year before at even a different college. And you get, like.
But it's like. See her name on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He knew what he was doing. All these assumptions on their characters to the point where too many characters.
But I like that.
Secondary characters actively disliked her. Yeah.
I like that, though. I like when characters are not liked by people because that's me.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also realistic. I mean, you can't, be beautiful and, have everybody like you and not have enemies. I feel like, that's not realistic. So the fact that, she had, yes, she was beautiful. They kept talking about how she was beautiful. She was an heiress. She's rich. Her parents are, whatever. But she had these struggles, and that just made her a more well-rounded character.
Mm-hmm. So. But I feel like I relate more to, unlikable characters than characters that are, really passive. Those characters that are really passive and they kind of do nothing with their life, and they're just are, if somebody does something, they're just and like everybody just kind of feels neutral about them. Yeah, I don't like those characters. I find them really annoying. But like characters that people don't like, I love them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I do.
So I'm just curious. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sarah.
How do we feel about the fire starting? Like, how do we feel about how that all went down?
Honestly, I was like, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah. Same.
We like a little arson, you know, a little fire moment.
He was like, it was a total accident, you know, but she just felt like so humiliated, and you know, and she just didn't want anybody to find out, and so she just kind of fell on everybody's assumptions of her, like, oh, just like, you know, the ditzy, you know, sorority girl, like dancing at a table and got a candle knocked over. So that was just so readily believed.
We love that though. Like, I feel like she did like a little manipulation moment because she was like, I'm not like that. But like, if you believe that I'm like that, I'm gonna pretend to be that. And like, I like that. I like that. I appreciate it.
Then you could just like turn around and surprise everybody like you thought.
Period.
Yeah.
I love Summer and Brianna so fast. Like, honestly, like when she's like, oh, you want to ride? You know, and she's like, I'm not going to kill you. I'm more worried about you killing me because those pumps are killer. So she's, I was like, you don't just offer people rides. And then you don't get a ride from someone that you don't know. Sorry, 101.
Not to calling me out.
Daijah.
No. And then for her to like watch out in the locker room when her and Fitz were like, you know, getting down.
She said, I'll hoot like an owl.
She really did hoot too, and Fitz was like, is that an owl?
He was like, what is that? And she's like,
okay, I don't like what happened after that scene, but I loved the shower, like the shower scene.
Yeah.
But like afterwards, I was like, Fitz, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was like, come on, we can't be doing that.
He was like, I didn't look for Summer. We didn't talk. Instead, I drove to Boston. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
I know, that really annoyed me. But the actual scene,
so irritated. But yeah, the actual scene was fantastic.
I loved it. It was good.
Is her name spelled differently for everyone? I guess if you don't have like a physical copy of the book, like if you just listen to the audiobook, you might not know how to spell or the people's names. But Brianna. Yeah. Is that who you're talking about? Brianna?
Oh, probably. Oh, yeah, that shower scene.
And she like, there was no hesitation. Did not.
Literally none.
You know what though? Mood.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Summer's just like the biggest mood.
Yeah.
For me at least. But I feel like everything she did, I was like, me too. Like, that's why. Like, I just loved her. And I don't really normally, in like romance books, I just genuinely don't really care about the heroine. Like, I'm like all about the hero. And the heroine in this, she was popping.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked her. I really liked the scene. It kind of just showed her personality and her struggle is when she was trying to buckle down and do that, her midterm paper, and she was trying to get her thoughts organized, and she was writing these sticky notes. And then one of the sticky notes made her think about like a sale that was happening, and she had to tell her friend. So she texted her friend for like 10 minutes, and then she realized, oh, I haven't been working on my paper for like 10 minutes. And then she went back, and then it kind of spiraled into a panic attack. And it was like, that just showed like how, and I like when authors do that. They show us, you know, the struggle. They don't tell us, you know, you can say, you know, a character has ADHD, but actually showing it like their progression on paper into that, you know, kind of spiral into the panic attack. That really, I like that. I like the showing, not telling.
Yeah, that definitely happens to me. Like I'll be it's not even like I will be writing about something that reminds me of something, but all of a sudden something will pop into my head that I forgot. And then I'm like, oh my God, then I have to text this person. Then I'm going to go on Instagram. Then I'm going to go on TikTok. And then I'm like, what am I doing with my time? Where did it go? It is gone. It dissipated. So yeah, I really felt that because that happens to me all the time.
Does Elle Kennedy have ADHD? Do we know?
I don't know.
What? I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't hear that.
I can look.
Elle Kennedy, the author, if she has ADHD.
That would be interesting to know. Haley's saying like the characters in this. I don't think there was any character that I seriously disliked except for that professor and the assistant dean guy, and maybe the sorority sisters. But they really didn't even have that big of a like part in it.
Yeah,
so I didn't care about them. And then Nora. Here I am. I was like, I didn't really like any character, and then just listed all the characters that I didn't like.
Well, and like the football players when she was dressing them or like getting them fit, and then they're like just I don't know, they're kind of like sleazy towards her because she's just so pretty, and they're just like, okay, my body is yours, like do whatever you want with it.
And Summer literally
no, like what I'm gonna do, and she's like, they're like, we're not gonna say no to you.
when Summer legit was trying to like do the fitting, and she got on her knees right in front of him, and and Fitz was like, Summer.
Summer.
Doing?
Rex being too big, nobody can fit in his tailored speedo.
Literally. But you know what? That was so cute at the end when Fitz did. He walked that runway. He said, fashion.
Well, they really tried to put a visual in your head of how big he was because they're like, oh, nobody can fit in it except for Fitz and Rex.
Even Fitz, it's a loose. But
he really did come through. He's like, I'm going to get all the boys together. We're going to make this fashion. Because even then, the professor's like, if all your models don't walk, then you're going to have to redo it. And I'm like, that is so petty.
Yeah. He was just got hurt that he didn't get any action.
Men being like, turned away. Their egos are bruised.
Literally.
And
also, that job thing that Fitz had going on. And the guy was like, jocks. Like, oh, yes. I was like, are you okay? Who traumatized you? Who traumatized you?
Fitz even said, he was probably bullied by a jock, and then that one girl, I think it was when he was in college, that wouldn't sign a prenup, like his girlfriend, where he wanted to get married, and she would not sign the prenup. So I'm just like, wow, that whole scene when he was just getting drunk and rowdy at this, I was like, oh my god, this is getting out of control.
Mm-hmm. And Summer stepped in. And Summer really stepped in. But he was annoying me the whole time. I was like, just because someone does something doesn't mean that they don't have different layers to them. And like, they're not all of the same group are the same, except for men, all trash. Anyways, I'm just kidding.
Did you look it up?
I did, but I couldn't find anything. There are some exceptions to the rule, but no, he was annoying me.
I could definitely see Hollis flexing. He was such a showboat, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Hollis is like one of those people that he's fun to be around, but like nobody wants to date him.
Poor guy.
But you know what I'm talking about? Like, you're like, oh, like fun to chill, whatever, and then he tries to make a movie, and you're like, no.
That's okay.
That's good.
Love that you to discuss whenever you can. But I'm glad
that you're loving the discussion.
I know, I love that you're loving it.
Okay, let me look this thing. Okay. I'm trying to look. I couldn't find anything.
But I do have a theory that Elle Kennedy really loves Pretty Little Liars.
Why?
I have notes, okay?
Okay.
So they live in Hastings.
Okay.
Spencer Hastings.
Oh,
keep that name in mind. And then Summer's last name is De Laurentiis. Allison De Laurentiis. Okay. Allison, Summer, De Laurentiis. Okay, because you get it like.
I got you with the De Laurentiis and
yeah.
And the Hastings, but the.
I mean, I was really stretching it with the Summer, but like. And then the brother Dean, who was Spencer's sponsor, and like it's a spoiler, so I can't really say much more about that. Why it like fits, but and then Fitz. Love interest is named Fitz, aka Mr. Fitz. That's it.
This came out in 2018, like so after the show.
It came out in 2019.
2018.
Oh. But yeah, still after the show.
Dang, I think you're right. That's a little too coincidental to be.
Yeah.
I like heard all the names and I was like, wait, I gotta write this all down.
She's like, I got a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
I love it. But hey, she might.
Yeah. I feel like that theory makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Except
like Hastings, De Laurentiis, like literally fits. It's just
Dean just
too coincidental, you know?
Yeah, a little bit too much. Yeah. I liked that in this book because I didn't know it was a hockey romance, honestly, like going in. But I liked how it was in there, but it wasn't too in there. I hate when like sports romance I hate when sports romances like show none of the sports. Like none of it. But I feel like this like it had a sport in it, but I don't think it was like a sports romance. Like it wasn't about that.
Right.
But I liked how it had it in there. Like you saw them going to the games.
Yeah.
They talked about it. And I feel like it made more sense too because we got Fitz's perspective. If this book didn't have Fitz's perspective, we would have been having issues. That was a smart move.
Mm-hmm. So I want to read all the Briar and go back and read the other. I was thinking like maybe like her other series had the other characters in it that just seemed like to already have like an established character and like Fitz's, I think it was it his cousin that he went to that bar in Boston and he had a baby and a wife and I feel like that was probably a book like in another series.
Yeah.
Like, I just went with it.
Definitely. I want to know how many books are in the series. I'm trying to look.
Yeah, I definitely want to read the rest of them though.
Nicole, when do you not want to read a lot of books in a series?
That's true.
I'm just being honest. Okay. I'm looking right now.
There's too many books I have to read.
Okay, then there is 4 books in this series, but I think the off-campus series is also like connected to this, I'm pretty sure.
Is that like the deal and all that? Or like okay.
So the risk is the second one in this series, and it's about Jake Connolly and Brianna. Jake Connolly was Harvard's hockey player. It's their romance.
Got it. Yeah.
Cute. Yeah, okay. The third one is about my internet going slow. It's about it doesn't even say whose perspective it is because like the descriptions or the synopsis is written from first point of view. But there's a new classmate named Demi Davis, but I want to know who it's about.
We love alliteration. Demi Davis.
Oh, it's Hunter. The third book is Hunter's book. And then the third one or the fourth one is oh my gosh. I just see it's a sorority something. Okay. Connor. Who's Connor?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay. Connor
and
Taylor. Connor and Taylor.
The third book, Briar, seems to be the most disliked on Goodreads.
Really? That's Hunter's one.
Forced rep, apparently. Forced rep for what?
Okay, Taylor was part of the sorority.
Oh.
That makes sense that we wouldn't know that much then.
Yeah, because we didn't really like
it was just like in the very beginning and then like inviting them back, you know.
Well, then I want to know who in the sorority because is it one of the girls that helped out when
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, but I'm trying to see who the deal is about. Okay. The deal is about Hannah and Garrett. Who the heck are those people? Are those the people with the baby?
It was Connor Summers' friend from Harvard.
No, I thought his name was. What's his name?
I don't know.
Right here.
It's not Connor though.
Okay, no. Connor is there's a Connor in the other series.
The Griffin?
Why are you? And he only has one N in his name.
That sounds kind of right, Sarah.
Who?
Griffin?
Griffin? Is that her friend from Harvard?
Garrett. Okay, Garrett.
Thank God someone knows the characters.
Yeah, because in the off
That's G, right?
I was like, yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
Okay, but Garrett has his own book. That's the first book of the deal. Garrett and Hannah.
Oh, I've read that book and I do not.
And then the second one, I don't know who these people are. Grace and John Logan. Someone, Allie and Dean. Dean's book is the third one in the off-campus series.
Got it. Okay.
Dean always gets what he wants. Girls, grades, girls, recognition, girls. It said girls 3 times. And then the last one is Sabrina and Tucker. Oh, is Tucker the one with the baby?
I don't know.
I have to know now. Like, I can't not know.
I just think of John Tucker Must Die when I think of the name Tucker.
I have, oh shoot. I have a TikTok song stuck in my head. I'm
Share with the class.
I know.
It's like, I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that P word.
Oh.
And then they go, hey. Hey. I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that. Yeah. Because I saw a TikTok about it and it was funny. Yeah. Look. This is the baby thing. He had him on his tuck. So the baby daddy, that one, the 4th book in the off campus.
Got it.
I'm about to put all these names in this and be like, who are they?
Who are
they? Yeah, like who's John?
You're gonna be like looking back at it and it's gonna be a Keke Palmer moment where you're like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know who that man is.
No clue.
Yeah, okay, look. So it says something Grace is Logan's girlfriend. Okay. Oh, see, they did mention them. You know the guy, so Fitz was texting all the people, right? And he was like, oh, like, can you show up so we can do this runway thingy? And the guy that had the girlfriend that was like, no way, that's them.
Oh, okay.
I swear everybody's mentioned in this book.
Literally, there's so many characters.
So many characters.
Okay, I'm trying to see. Hannah Wells is Garrett's girlfriend. Really, it's like Hannah Wells is Garrett's girlfriend. And also happens to be Allie's best friend.
Just too many names. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
They show up in the very beginning of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's what they were saying is Garrett is in the beginning when we see the New Year's Eve party scene from not me forgetting everybody's name, Summer's perspective. She's talking to Garrett like why, like she's like, oh, like F Fitz, like he literally said this and this. Whatever. Yeah. Also, can I just say the New Year's Eve party really reminded me of High School Musical.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Because all New Year's Eve parties remind me of High School Musical. Because in the beginning, that's how they meet.
Yeah,
and they like with the little mics, so they do that karaoke moment.
Mm-hmm. Weston Brooks or Brooks Weston?
Who's that?
He might have been a character in this book.
You know,
literally, people could just be typing any name in the chat, and we'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that character."
No, if the name sounded black, if the name did not sound hella white, then I'd be like, "No, this is not in this book."
Was not.
There was like one black person in this book, and it was the buff football player.
No, I thought there was one of the hockey members were too, because he was talking about how he was in there in a predominantly white sport.
Oh, maybe, but like 2 people black that are irrelevant to the whole plot and don't even get their own books. I don't think.
They don't. Rude. everybody needs to, if you're going to mention this character, they need to get their book because that is the precedent that has been created.
If she made a book for everyone that was mentioned
I know.
in this book, there'd literally be like 50 books. But yes.
It's true.
Uh-huh.
That was
But
what
I
I was
like how, like, oh, I was gonna say here, I like how when I was looking up the names, it's like every
Was
time
this
that they're
guy?
like, what?
guy is who was friends with Summer at Harvard.
Oh, but I like how everybody in here, it'll be like blank is blank's girlfriend or blank is blank's boyfriend, and all those people have a book apparently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the off-campus series comes before this one.
Got it. Got it.
Oh, okay.
I remember. It is hard to keep track of everybody.
Yes.
I can't even keep track of people in one book. You say someone's name, and I'm like, huh? And I
Names
just
first to go.
the name
I
is
forgot our main characters' names.
it'd be like that. Like it's only like I only remember the names of like the characters that I love, like
Mm-hmm.
Sarah J. Maas. Yeah, like that's about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially in romance, I literally don't remember characters' names.
Yeah.
Like at all.
What were the childhood nicknames for Summer and Dean? Do you guys remember?
Oh, Booger is
Booger and
Yeah, like Boogers was her, and then what was Dean?
Dickie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was cute that they just threw that in there.
They still
Yeah.
call them like by their childhood
Yeah.
nicknames.
I feel like there was a lot of this freaking map. I feel like there's a lot of random things that were mentioned in here that kind of made it like seem more like lifelike. But then
Yeah.
also I feel like a lot of it was thrown in there because it was from Summer's mind and ADHD.
That's true.
Like, with her perspective, I feel like that it
Mhm.
made sense to me.
Yeah. Like she would just be thinking these things because that's just where her brain went. You know, when if she thought of it, she said it, kind of thing. Or
Yeah.
Dickie. Sometimes in romance, if I don't like the main character's name, the whole book won't work for me.
Oh, really? I
What's
just
the name?
don't think about the name. Like, I just don't think about it. I just forget. Like I just don't remember the name.
I kind of agree though. That the book just doesn't work for me if I don't like
If it's a name of somebody that I know that I don't like, that'd be different. But like, if it's just a random, I don't think I've come across this. Like
a name you don't vibe with, then it wouldn't be a problem. But if it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you knew like a Colin that you were like, can't stand
my cousin's
Colin,
name
and
is
then
Colin.
somebody's
They
name
don't
was
call him
Colin.
Colin. My cousin's name is Colin. He's really annoying, but like, they don't call him Colin.
Mm-hmm.
They
They
call
call
him
him Quincy.
Exactly. So like, I feel
That was
like-
okay.
But like, I've never read a book about like Bob. Like, okay, like we're
Bob the Builder is what I first thought of. I could not. I would think of the main character as Bob the Builder about to go fix something. Like
that's what I'm saying. I've never come across this where it's like some girl is like we're in like a smut scene and like it's like Bob like in italicized because she's like moaning it. Like I've never come across that situation. So I think we're okay. Like
I would.
Or if
On
it was
that
like-
note, I was watching this. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just, it's like, what if it's your dad's name or your brother's name?
Oh,
my dad's name is Ed, but like the thing is I don't call my dad by his name. Like I don't think my dad is like Ed. But like if it's like my brother or something, I don't have one of those, but yes. Oh my gosh, it really freaked me out because my brother-in-law's name is Marcus, and the only Marcus that I know is Marcus from An Ember on the Ashes, and I hate him. So I was like, oh. But like in my head, I don't connect them. Like when I was reading Marcus, like I wasn't thinking about my brother-in-law. So maybe my brain just doesn't make connections.
It can separate it.
Yeah, my brain just broke.
Didn't break. I like series even in romances, so I remember the names usually.
I don't even remember the names in one book.
I can. But they're the first to go. And then slowly plot points start going too. So it's like, did I even read this book?
that's why I hate doing wrap-ups like at the end of the month or even just a few weeks after because I'm like, I don't remember any of their names. I'm gonna have to look it all up, and they're gonna be like, "Did you even read the book?" Yes, I did. It just, yeah.
Like,
Wait,
I'm even asking myself.
Wait, Nicole, what's your husband's name?
Joe.
See, that's not bad. Like for like a romance book, like I could see that. Like that's not
Like a
Bob.
good Joe Goldberg moment.
Oh, I love Joe Goldberg. I love him.
That comes out tomorrow. I'm so excited.
What?
You Love Me comes out tomorrow. It's being shipped to my house tomorrow. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the show, and I was about to have a heart attack. Woo!
People were like, I'm taking the day off work tomorrow so I can read this book, and I was like,
I haven't even read the second book because I'm scared because like I feel like thriller series are like not the move.
The second one's not nearly as good, but it's still like lends to the story, I guess. But I'm hoping this one will be as good as You.
Yeah, I didn't read the second one because I felt like it was pretty much wrapped up. I'm like, okay.
But like, I really thought you were talking about the third season, and I was like,
oh no,
excuse me.
No, but it kind of confuses me because like the second book and the second season they're not the same. Like at all. And then the third season was announced before the third book even was like a thing. So I'm just like,
they're just rolling with it.
They're just two separate entities that have the same name.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Bob the Builder, can he fix it? Where's Molly's not here?
Feel that, Molly.
There's no Molly. I'm confused.
Maybe they think I'm Molly.
Oh, probably.
No, but I was watching a podcast. Well, I know. Well, I was actually watching a podcast. Oh. That's my most anticipated release of this year. Anyways, I forgive you.
I forget.
They were talking about like different names, how it's weird to like scream out different names in bed, and like her boyfriend, she does the podcast with her boyfriend, and she's like, he said that he hates his name because it's not like a sexy name to call out in bed, like Jeremy, and he's like, it's too many too many syllables.
See, that's when you don't say the name. You just have like a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you don't say names. Oh, dang. Do you have to think about that when naming children?
I mean, I guess you should.
Like, I know, like, you don't want to think about it.
How's their name gonna sound being screamed out in bed? Like, I don't think that's
I know you don't want to think about that, but, like, you don't want to do your child dirty, you know?
That's true.
So, okay,
like Gertrude or something? Like, no.
Not Gertrude.
No, Gertrude.
Imagine that. That's too many syllables.
That's way too many syllables.
Literally.
I feel like, yeah. Yeah. Now you guys got me thinking too much about this. I think about my sister's babies' names, and I was like, "Do they sound bad? Like,
would they sound bad being called out?"
I just want to know. I'm like,
I mean,
do them dirty.
It's
like
valid to think about, you know.
And then you can't just do it because that's weird.
No. Like, I think they sound okay. They're not going to be done dirty. They're good. They're good. Yeah. I feel like it's just short names. Like, you can't have no long name. Like, imagine like Esperanza or something.
I was thinking Esteban, so like kind of the same line.
I was actually trying to think of like the longest name, and I'm just like, I could not think of a long name to save my life.
Let me see. Let's see.
Not Daijah looking up the worst names to call out.
I'm looking up long names. Augustine.
I can't. I think Paradise has to end somewhere.
So I think that's why maybe Fitz goes by Fitz instead of Cullen, because like maybe that's a better name to call out in bed.
Well, when Summer called out his name, she actually said Colin. She didn't say Fitz.
But I'm like that person because like everybody knows this. Is like I call everybody by like a name that like other people don't, or like for authors, I don't call them by like their name. I call them by like their first name alone. I'll be like Jennifer. Like we're friends.
Yeah, you'll be like Sarah, and I'm just like,
I know.
Like no, okay, Sarah J. Maas. Like not you trash, you peasant. Like I'm talking about Sarah J. Maas.
But then also like
Sarah's not everything's about you.
I started doing that before we were friends. I can't help it now. But like, okay, so like, there's this character from anime.
Like Sarah really did us dirty, and I'm like, did I? I don't remember.
Okay, so there's this character in anime, right? His name is Bakugo, but like everybody goes by their last name because in Japan they go by their last names. And so his first name is Katsuki, and so like I call him Katsuki sometimes instead of Bakugo. And even my brother-in-law is like, I love how you call him by like his first name, like you guys are friends, like because in Japan if you call someone by their first name, that means like you friends, okay, like you home dogs, all right, like whatever. So like yeah, but I'd be like Katsuki.
Cute.
Yeah. But I do stuff like that all the time. So like I feel like if someone went by their last name, I would call them by their first name so I could be special.
Yeah. Ew, I hate it when people call me Smith. It really irks me.
One of my substitute teachers called me Double D, so I think you're okay.
I remember you saying that.
I was like, not me being boobs, because he gave everybody last names in 5th grade, like that, because I think he came in like for a couple days in a row. So he was like Double D, and I was like, that's me, like
Me. Slightly inappropriate. Thanks.
Oh, no.
in 5th grade, I knew. I was like, oh no. Oh no! Imagine if that caught on and everybody started calling me Double D. I swear to God, I literally would have fought everybody and then simply disintegrated.
So we're calling you Double D now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I learned from the conversation. Okay.
I mean, there's another Double D that you really like, Dunkin' Donuts. So like,
oh, I thought we were talking about something else, and I got for a second.
Double D.
I was not thinking
Dunkin' Donuts. I'm keeping it clean for a second, okay?
You're right. I do like Dunkin' Donuts a lot. Double D. Ooh, Double D. Go into Double D. Okay.
That would be like a quadruple D.
Guys, look! I just cut my finger.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
WTF to the Double D? Yeah, it's very, very strange. For
There's a nickname to your name that you hate. Bay?
I mean, you started with B squared.
Oh, I'd rather be D squared than freaking Double D.
That's true. At least it had a more like academic connotation rather than Double D, where that.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Arthur? Who the frick is Arthur?
Who's Arthur?
The only Arthur I know is from the Cassandra Clare book.
Arthur's sister's name.
Oh no! Are we talking about Arthur, like the kid from the children's show?
Oh yeah, never mind. Her name is DW.
Oh yeah, DW.
Not Double D.
Not Double D.
DD.
Are we talking about Arthur the Kid Show? Because I just wanted to make that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Love DW.
Okay, I have a question on the topic of names. What are like pet names that you guys hate?
Pet names? Like
Sweetie or Sweetheart.
Oh, I don't mind Sweetheart. Sweetie, that's condescending. I hate Babe. Babe is a no.
I love Babe.
I love Babe.
No. Baby, fine. Babe, in the trash can.
In the trash.
Maybe it's because my sister. No, I feel like I hated it before, but her husband and her call each other babe, so I feel like it'd be weird.
I don't like dear or darling.
Oh, I've never been called those. I hate also mamas. Except when Rio from Good Girl says it. He's like, this is different.
I was like, I don't think I've ever run into a situation where somebody's called me mama.
Okay, to be fair, like no white person has ever called me that. I've only been called that by Black people or Hispanic people. But I hate mamas, ma, anything, because I call my mom ma. I'd be like, ma, like.
Oh yeah, someone says it as.
You're like, I'm not your ma.
Oh, you know what it might be? My mom actually, ever since I was younger, she doesn't do it that much anymore. People thought it was weird, but she called me mama, and I called her mom or mommy, and she called me mama. So it's probably like a weird thing where, like, in my head, I associate everything like that with like my parents. Like, it'd be weird for someone to call me that,
right? Besides
my mom. Yeah, she used to call me mama. So
the one I hate is Bales. Don't do me dirty and use it against me now. Bales.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
You look like DW? Whenever I hear DW, I just think of Darkwing Duck. Because there's that line in the theme song. It's like, when there's trouble, you call DW.
Mm-hmm. That's that duck you were making fun of on your live, like, last week, Daijah.
I hate.
I don't like the duck, because I was like, I like their photo. And they're like, it's the Darkwing Duck, and then there was a lot of duck slander going on.
And then everybody was like, Daijah.
Duck slander.
And then everybody was like, Daijah's a Herondale because all the Herondales in the Mortal Instrument, or like in the Shadowhunters world, they hate ducks. It's like a thing, like generational thing that they all hate ducks. And I was like, you kind of right though, because I just hate birds, except pigeons. Pigeon and I vibe, like we vibe together because I'm like, you know what? Like I understand you, like I relate to you. I feel like we one and the same, you know?
Literally.
Bird, no, we don't vibe.
Hated Hunter calling Summer Blondie.
I honestly didn't mind it. Yeah, mama's.
I mean, they mean it in like a negative connotation, like calling somebody Blondie.
I don't think he meant it negatively though.
No, I think it was just like a joking thing.
I hate when people refer to their partner as my old lady or my old man.
No, that's not cute.
Blondie started to irritate me, especially when she walked out of the room when he... Oh, yeah. He was just like, not going to talk to me, Blondie, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not Darkwing Duck. Yeah, Darkwing.
Because at that point, that's when he started to use it as like a negative way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else I like? Okay. This is specific because I've always liked Princess, even though I'm not really a princess, like I'm a queen, but like the name's cute, you know? But recently I've been called Princessa.
That's the DW we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Recently I've been called Princessa, and I like that. I think that's cute. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta try to expose me? Because I was like, recently, like I've been called Princessa, and then she was like, recently, girl, don't expose me, please.
But Princessa is like literally so much more work than your actual name. So at that point, I feel like it's not even a nickname.
But the thing is, it's a pet name. It's different. It's out of affection. I don't want to be called my name.
Names are supposed to be like at least shorter than your name.
That's not how it's. That's
like.
Yeah, if he's taking more effort to call you a longer name, I just think that maybe he cares more.
Pet names are just supposed to be out of affection. They don't have to be shorter.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the only long one that I know. All the others are like baby girl's long.
Ew, hate that. I'm just saying it's long.
Ugh. Maybe that's why I don't like it, because it's long. Or it just kind of freaks me out, to be honest.
I call my dog Baby Girl, so now that I've watched 365 Days, it just has a every time I say it now, I just think of.
Yeah, I didn't mind it before, but then I think after 365 days, it's a no for me.
Because every time I say it, I immediately saying it in my head.
Yeah, I just imagine him like sneaking up behind her, being like, "That's all I see." That's literally what he did. He said, "Are you lost, baby girl?" And I was like, "Okay, gotta go, gotta blast."
If that I'm not lost. Thank you.
I swear, if that happened to me, I would have kicked him in the balls if I was her.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. She didn't think fast enough. She didn't think fast enough.
I think it can work depending on who's saying it and how they're saying it. Because if you think about it, right, if you watch Criminal Minds, even though what's Derek and how am I forgetting names? Hold on, give me 1 second. My brain's moving too fast. Derek and Penelope are not dating, but like the way that he says baby girl to her, like I'm like, oh, like that's cute. Like it's not like gross. And I'm like, oh, like, cute little moment, you know? So I think it depends on who's saying it and if they have enough like suave to like be able to say it. Not suave, like the freaking like body wash. Enough charm to say it, okay?
Roman. Thank you, Roman. Not. You mean from Fast and Furious? I can't think of this line like baby girl like in Fast and Furious. Like I can't think of it.
But baby girl from Derek is the best. He pulls it off. Yeah, no one says it like tomorrow more. He says it's so good. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
No.
Oh my god.
Sarah and I.
Okay. Do you guys not watch Criminal Minds?
No.
We're gonna have to change that or something.
Just gonna
The date for this might change.
maybe. Yes.
Follow the Instagram and the Twitter.
Okay. I will.
Not you.
We're just talking to people in the chat, and Nicole's just like, "Yep, I will.
Yes.
I'm on it.
I will. I'll be on it. But this is the book that we
Andy Swan's agent. Her name's
I couldn't
Amanda.
find
She's
it.
25.
I heard them say baby girl.
We can talk a long time ago.
at least
Seven.
everybody in the chat knows what you're talking about.
That's the kind
But
of
I
thing
want
that
you
they
guys
say
to know.
Sandwich and Kramer's coffee.
I can't watch
trying to
15
find it.
seasons of a show right now. No.
I thought there would be like a compilation or something, but there's not.
Hello?
I literally thought I heard it like the first few seconds.
Okay, I found it. But he's on the phone to her, so it's not the same, but it's
Hello?
I need you, baby girl.
You need to be needed.
Can you pull out?
Did you hear he just rolled it in, like it didn't sound out of place.
It's very respectful.
Let me
Still-
try to find a better one.
It makes me uncomfy for some reason.
Maybe
Oh,
if you
here.
didn't call my dog that.
This is the first time he called her that
What's the
apparently.
girl's name?
Gomez, I think.
Excuse me, Gomez. Hey, baby girl.
See, it just
That one was more like a baby girl. Like,
but that was like the
not-
first time that he called her that.
And then
And
it
it
turned into like an affectionate.
Okay, this is not a spoiler, but Derek leaves the show in season 12, I think, and that was the second time I cried in the show. I made it all the way to
Spoiler?
Huh?
That wasn't a spoiler?
No, because people leave in and out the show all the time.
Okay, good.
There's the only people that stay for like the majority of the time are Spencer, JJ, and Prentice and Penelope. Those four are the only one, not the bloody finger. Those are the only four that like stay. They're not even the only one that I think is in almost every episode is Penelope. Everybody else kind of goes like in and out the show a little bit. But everybody else, like there's been so many people part of the show.
My ear just came on. I'm so sorry if you heard that.
What?
My ear just came on. I'm sorry if you heard that. It's
No,
super.
I don't hear it. No, literally, I cried in season 5, and then I made it from season 5 to season 12 without crying, and I sobbed. I went to my dad. I was like, "How could they do us dirty like that? Like, how could he just like not be there? Like, because he moved on to a different show. That's why he left. So it's not a spoiler. Everybody knows he went to a different show. I mean, not everybody, but like,
He was there for 12 seasons.
yeah.
Everyone's heartbroken now. Yeah, I do have to watch that show because I know you love it. You've given me so many shows to watch.
And I feel like Criminal Minds is not a show that you technically need to watch linearly, but there are some episodes that like you kind of need to like watch the previous one to
Mhm.
do. There's definitely ones where you don't. Some of them you kind of do like need context, but if you don't, like I feel like it'd be fine. Honestly, you just be like, oop, like a little fighting moment. But like generally they're at like the ending and the beginning of seasons. Like the middle seasons are pretty safe to just like watch like one and done.
Okay.
Not you spoiling the show. Don't put that comment up on the screen. The last one.
Okay, I won't.
Spoiler. Scarlet. No.
Bad Scarlet.
That's a spoiler.
I don't have YouTube up. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it up. Don't worry about it. All right. Anybody have anything else that they want to talk about?
Nope.
Anybody in the comments? Questions, comments, concerns? I did the date to be determined, but that's the next book we're reading.
Voyeur by Fiona Cole. No, him leaving the show is not a spoiler because that was like the actor's career. And like it's a known thing that like he left the show to go to a different show. Like actors do that. But the reason why the character left is different. That's a spoiler. Yeah, because like that was not the reason for like him leaving the show. Like the actor, that was the reason why the character left. That's spoiler.
I'll forget by the time I actually watch it and
I
get.
think that's a spoiler, no, because like I feel like the actors like leave and whatever, but like I feel like the reason why they leave is like the part that like you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, thanks.
I was proud of us for this, and I was like, yeah, like this is good.
I mean, I've liked our picks so far. You know, they're.
What have we read?
Can we read Royally Screwed? What?
Oh yeah,
And then
really screwed. That was a good read though.
the Rena Kent book. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna read Darling?
Darling.
What book is that?
By Kay Ingram? No. Kay. Wait.
Kay Tucker.
No.
I mean,
we-
Darling.
It's a Peter Pan retelling, but it's a romance. It's called Darling, isn't it?
I don't know.
Has
But we
like a
can-
rose on the cover.
We pick books based off the tropes that we get in our spinner wheel because we asked people at the beginning of our book club for tropes, and we put them on a spinner wheel. So then we spin them for 3 months, and that's how we put out books. I've enjoyed everything that we've read so far too. The last book was my least favorite though.
Who is it by?
Kay Ancrum.
Yeah, Kay Ingram.
Darling.
I've heard some good things, and people are hyped about it. Well, I mean, obviously it hasn't come out yet, but a lot of people are anticipating it.
Got it. I mean, I typically, I'm not the biggest fan of Peter Pan, but I like retellings.
I don't think I've ever read a retelling, to be honest.
Like a fairy tale retelling?
Yeah. Or just any kind of retelling.
Like on like a classic or something?
Not even like of the gods and goddesses and stuff.
Have you not read The Turn of the Key?
No.
Oh, interesting. I don't recommend, but
I'm
I'm
willing to read it.
I'm like one that
You're the unpopular opinion for that one.
I don't like children in thrillers unless it's like suburban mom drama. And the end was stupid to me. I did not like the plot choice. I was like, what the BS.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad, Misty. I liked our books too.
Yeah, the last one though, that one was
Dark.
interesting. I think that one was that one was my least favorite though. Like I really, really liked Royally Screwed and this one.
Yeah.
The other one I liked, but it wasn't like a fave.
Right. It's like Royally Screwed, this one, and then Rena Kent.
I don't know. I feel like this one I might like more because I related more to the character, and in Royally Screwed, it did have those couple issues that I really did not like.
Yeah.
Like the things that he said.
Yes. Yep.
Like it was just like those 2 sentences that he said, and I was like, frick.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining us. My library doesn't have the next book, but managed.
Maybe you have Hoopla. It's on Hoopla. But not everybody has Hoopla.
Hoopla. Even though I love some Ruth Ware, Turn of the Key was my least fave. Oh,
Thank you.
Black Lace too. I'm really excited for Black Lace. I love me some Beverly Jenkins. And special thank you to Sarah for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Have a lot of
Players
fun.
on script.
It comes from Hoopla.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, everyone. We'll have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.